A pleasant good afternoon and welcome to Foca News Summary, bringing you 15 minutes of the top stories, sharp and straight to the point. I'm Priscilla George on top of today's presentation, and here's what's making headlines across Liberia and around the world. Ministry of Justice grants permits to Solidarity and Trust for a New Day stand ahead of its planned July 17 protest. CDC COP petitions government over national security concerns. Asset Recovery Task Force warns perpetrators against escaping government persecution. And away from home, Russia-Ukraine war life. Medvedev rejects Trump's dramatic ultimatum. These and many more are packaged. We'll take a short break. Coming up next is the continuation of our news bulletin. Welcome back. The Ministry of Justice has officially granted permits to the civil society group Solidarity and Trust for a New Day stand for its planned public assembly, July 15 to 17. Following a thorough review of the security implications of the group's request to the Ministry of Justice on July 3, 2025. This decision emphasizes the government of Liberia's continuous commitment to upholding the constitutional rights of all Liberians to peaceful assembly as per Article 17 of the 1986 Constitution. However, the ministry urges the organizers and participants of stand to conduct themselves lawfully and must demonstrate the highest level of restraint and respect for the law as they protest. As the right to peaceful assembly is constitutionally guaranteed, the right to protect to the right to protect all citizens against lawlessness is also guaranteed under the Constitution. The ministry, in a statement, urged them to govern within the boundaries of the law as law enforcers will be available to arrest any unlawful activity during the protest. It emphasized that the right to assemble is fundamental, but it must be exercised responsibly. The opposition CDC's Council of Patriots has submitted a formal petition to the Ministry of Justice and the Independent National Commission on Human Rights, raising concerns over an alleged alarming mysterious deaths and human rights violations across Liberia. Reading the petition Monday in Monrovia, the group's chairman for the massacre cited a troubling pattern of unexplained deaths and alleged police brutality. He claimed that Liberia is currently facing a grave human rights crisis with more than 68 cases of mysterious deaths, suspected ritual killings, and unaddressed police abuse reported over the past 16 months. Massacre warned that these incidents point to a dangerous trend of impunity undermining the rule of law and endangering the lives of ordinary Liberians. He further accused the Commissioner General of the Liberia Immigration Service, Elijah Rufus, of being allegedly linked to two of the suspicious deaths and called for his immediate recusal to allow for an independent investigation. Receiving the petition on behalf of the Justice Minister, the Joint Security Coordinator at the Ministry of Justice, Wosimbo, assured the petitioners of the minister's commitment to review their concerns and take prompt action. The Asset Recovery Property Retrieval Task Force has expressed serious concern over reports that certain individuals currently under active investigation are attempting to flee Liberia to escape legal accountability. In a statement issued Monday, AREP condemned these alleged actions, emphasizing that fleeing the country will not shield anyone from investigation or prosecution. According to the task force, such attempts only deepen public suspicion and further strengthen the institution's commitment to recover stolen assets and uphold the rule of law. The task force also announced that it is working through diplomatic channels in coordination with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to initiate extradition requests in line with applicable regional and international treaties. Arab further reminded all individuals of interest of their obligation to fully cooperate with ongoing investigations, warning that any efforts to obstruct justice will be met with lawful and coordinated responses. The Female Journalists Association of Liberia, FIJA, with support from the Central Bank of Liberia, has launched a major financial education and literacy program in Vonjama, Lofa County. Held on July 12th, the launch gathered over 300 participants, including youths, women's savings groups, marketers, transport unions, and community leaders as part of efforts to expand financial awareness nationwide. Lofa County Development Officer Francis Lassanan praised the initiative, stressing that financial literacy is about proper planning regardless of income and urged its integration into school curricula. Participants expressed excitement, noting that the program's lessons on saving, debt avoidance, and planning will help transform livelihoods and strengthen families and communities. 13 community mobilizers were certified during the launch to lead outreach sessions across Lofa, supporting Liberia's broader financial inclusion agenda and efforts to empower citizens with essential money management skills. Residents of Putu in Grangeda County said they remain in deep poverty despite ongoing logging activities and promised community development funds. Local point to US 111,000 allegedly paid by Euro logging company for development, but claimed there is no visible improvement in water, schools, health, or livelihoods. Former CFDC Chairman Samuel Wiley defended his leadership, saying funds were used for scholarships, agriculture, and peace building, though disputes led to leadership changes earlier this year. Many residents continue to demand necessities including clean water, better schools, and healthcare, accusing local leaders and the company of broken promises. Calls for an independent audit of the funds and stronger oversight are growing as logging continues, leaving residents feeling abandoned amid the depletion of their forests. If you are just joining us, welcome to Foca News Summary. Let's take a quick look at our headlines so far. Ministry of Justice grants permits to Solidarity and Trust for a new day stand ahead of its planned July 17 protest. CDC COP petitions government over national security concerns. Asset Recovery Task Force warns perpetrators against escaping government persecution and away from home. Russia Ukraine war life. Medvedev rejects Trump's traumatic ultimatum. Stay tuned. We'll take a short break. Coming up next is the continuation of our news bulletin. Welcome back. The Unity Party has officially disassociated itself from a planned counter-protest being organized by a group identifying as the Council of Patriots for JMB JKK. The party stated that the event has not been authorized by its leadership and warned that no group or individual should speak or act on behalf of the party or President Joseph Boakai without formal approval. In a statement released Monday, the United Party reaffirmed its respect for the constitutional rights of all Liberians, including the right to peaceful protest and free expression. However, it urged all groups planning public demonstrations to prioritize peace, stability, and national cohesion over individual interest or political grandstanding. Highlighting the administration's accomplishments over the past 18 months, the United Party pointed to progress in national security, price stability, improved rural access in rural communities, and ongoing anti-corruption reforms. The Office of War and Economic Crimes Court has submitted its national roadmap to President Joseph Boakai, outlining Liberia's transitional justice process. The roadmap sets November 2026 as the start date for the National Anti-Corruption Court and November 2027 for the War and Economic Crimes Court. President Boakai is expected to launch a national outreach program next week to engage citizens and stakeholders in the process. Experts stress the urgent need for government funding amid declining donor support to ensure the court's operations and success. Training and investigations will begin later this year with support from regional and international partners to build capacity for future prosecutions. National Elections Commission Chairperson Davieda Brown Lasana has concluded tour of magisterial offices in Sano, Rivers, and Grand Bassa counties. The visits aim to assess challenges including poor water supply, sanitation issues, limited security, and lack of operational funds. Madam Lasana emphasized the need for urgent support such as solar systems to improve working conditions at these election offices. The tour is part of next nationwide effort to better understand local office constraints and guide future interventions by the Board of Commissioners. The final phase will continue later this month in Lofa County, covering magisterial offices in Kalahun and Vonjaman districts. House Speaker Rachel Kuhn is set to be elected as the first Speaker of the newly formed Mano River Union Parliament body. The MRUP's official induction will take place in Monrovia July 18 through 21, bringing together lawmakers from Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Cote d'Ivoire. Speaker Cohn's expected election follows months of negotiations, positioning Liberia as a key player in regional democratic integration. The MRUPB is seeking to strengthen governance, harmonize laws on trade, migration, and security, and promote parliamentary oversight across member states. If elected, Speaker Cohn will serve a 4-year term, marking a diplomatic success for Liberia and boosting its regional leadership profile. President Joseph Boakai has established a national steering committee to oversee Liberia's ambitious biometric ID card system rollout, set for completion by April 13, 2026. In his directive, President Boakai emphasized that biometric technology is vital for national security, voter integrity, and efficient access to public services. The steering committee will be chaired by National Security Advisor Samuel Woods and includes key ministries, the National Identification Registry, Central Bank, and National Elections Commission. The president upheld the existing contract with Austin vendor OSD International, citing urgency and legal obligations to move forward without delays. The system aims to promote digital governance, financial inclusion, and citizen empowerment, reflecting Boakai's strong focus on transparency and modernization. The National Students' Command of Liberia, NASCO, is calling on students and young people across the country to disengage from the July 17 protest organized by STEM. NASCOR says the protest lacks moral clarity and ideological direction, accusing Stance leader Moba Molu of political inconsistency and attention seeking under the guise of civil activism. The group believes such mass actions only serve foolish political motives, claiming past protests have led to no tangible benefits for ordinary citizens, especially young people. And the initiative honoring the team Save a Life with their generosity seeks to feed homeless children and thank supporters who help make the humanitarian effort possible. Focal News Summary, I'm Priscilla George. Good afternoon.